We're hanging out with you guys at Pearl River Resort from Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, and we're going to talk about two players in the Magnolia State that could make the difference for Alabama and their quest for the #1 overall recruiting class. We're also going to get into a guy who is one of the top 10 players in the 26 class that just set his Alabama visit, hanging out at Pearl River Resort. We caught an amazing show last night with Boys to Men. Tonight is Big and Rich. So all that, plus Brett tells us what's going on today and what today is. All that on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. And from the bottom of my heart, I really mean it when I say this, and I say it when I mean it. Roll Tide, people. Let's go. All right. What do you say? We can't talk too loud, though, because we're out on the golf course right now. Ladies and gentlemen, can I introduce you to Mr. Brett Elmore? Brett just shot 6 under here on the Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. Yes,
it was a big day on the golf course. I feel like we need to talk like Jim Nantz and Vern Lundquist out here. But, yeah, we've been talking so much about the Augusta you can play. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it really is amazing. And your shot on the 17th green was absolutely flawless.
That was it was amazing how I was able to hit that tree and it ping off and land right there on the green.
Yeah, Tiger Woods would have been proud of that.
Yeah, he would have.
But anyway, guys, as we sit out here at Dancing Rabbit, let's talk some Alabama football. And let's start, since we're in the Magnolia State, let's start with 2 of Mississippi's most coveted prospects. And I'm talking about 5-star Caleb Cunningham, our friend, and then 4-star AK Deer.
Well, when I was making the way down to Mississippi, I went to back roads, which I like to do. And I was driving through those Mississippi back roads, and that's 2 players that were actually on my mind, AK Deer and, of course, our friend Caleb Cunningham. And I was thinking, man, it'd be great to meet them at Pearl River. But, however, they're not old enough. But still, it would have been nice to see them on this trip. But, yeah, 2 guys that we were talking about and had been talking about for quite some time. But these guys, if we can get get those commitments, could push us to the top.
Caleb Cunningham, a likely 5-star wide receiver to come to Tuscaloosa from Ackerman, Mississippi. Bama, a heavy favorite according to On3. Mississippi State is a long second shot. Auburn and Ole Miss in there. Surprising that Ole Miss hasn't really even gotten into this conversation, but you're talking about an elite talent, a guy, we've talked about it before, who is a great basketball player, has the ability to catch the ball. He's got size at 6'2", 180 pounds. He's got the wingspan. He's got just the amazing ability of jumping up and catching the ball. He can catch it in traffic. And we've talked to him. He's excited about the process and said Alabama's his leader. And some of the publications have predicted he's coming to Bama.
Yeah, you read about that. And also I was reading some stuff the other day, I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before, that some publication, I can't remember exactly who it was, but they predicted Alabama was going to finish 3rd in the nation, but #1 in the SEC in recruiting. And I don't know how that's going to work out, but I don't see that happening, you know. I see a strong push with more 5-stars. And, of course, like we've been talking about, July, it's going to be scorching hot, but it's going to be nice and cool in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Hey, how about AK Deer? He's even more of a favorite, according to On3, to land at Alabama. Ole Miss was who he was committed to. He decommitted. You're talking about a running back. Some people feel like he's the best running back in the country. If not, he's one of them. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds from Quitman, Mississippi. So he's another guy from the Magnolia State. This guy I'm super excited about as well. I mean, we love Cunningham, but this is another playmaker. a guy that scored, 22 of his team's 27 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That honestly reminds me of you on the golf course today. You know, we do the scramble. We take your ball every single time because you're just you get it so close to the green and then your putter.
I know. And Deer, it seems like Lane Kiffin may be having more fun in a Twitter war with Paul Feinbaum than he is worrying about his recruiting class right now, because that was a big loss for them, huge loss, especially, and you talk about it a lot on the show, those in-state players. That goes for every state. I mean, if you're at Ole Miss and Mississippi State, you want to keep those Mississippi kids in your state, and now you have this big decommitment, and now you got two of your best players in the state looking to go next door to Alabama.
So we'll keep an eye on those two guys. But since we're in the state of Mississippi, we figured we'd start right there with two difference makers as we talk to you from the 18th green here at Pearl River Resort's Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. All right, let's talk about another player from out in California. Alabama's made a huge push for the Golden State players. They've gotten 6 really excellent, top-notch elite guys, blue chippers, to come across the country and play in Tuscaloosa. Next year, the number 7 overall prospect, I got to give a shout-out to my man Justin Hastings, who has done an excellent job of following this story for On 3. 4-star Brandon Arrington. And he has set his visit for Tuscaloosa July. The number 7 overall player, a great athlete.
So Arrington's going to go. Is he going to visit in July? And that'll be an official visit, right?
It'll be a visit. And then when you talk about what Alabama's been able to do with the California connection, it's amazing, really.
Yeah, and we've spent a lot of time talking about that. And here's another kid from California looking to make the trip over. And you named off everyone the other night or the other morning on the show. So many kids are coming to Alabama from California, and you dive into the comments section, and some folks are show some concern about that, like you have mentioned in the past. But a lot of folks are saying, hey, they've got to get out of California to play good football. I mean, where are they going to go? So they head south.
Well, this is a guy who right now is predicted to go to San Diego State. USC's in the picture. And then there's a big drop-off. But 2026 from Mount Miguel out in La Mesa, California, 6 foot, 180 pounds, can play on both sides of the ball. He's a great athlete, 4-star prospect. His recruiting cycle is really going to pick up next year. But it's these visits where you bring in a guy like this and you say, hey, you know what? You're talking about elite speed, which colleges love, man. They love those guys that can run.
Yeah, and you're talking about the 2026 class here, but it looks like that California connection will continue on after that 2025 class.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that. But I love to see exactly how this thing's starting to break out for next year, because you felt like, in a way, that Alabama was a little bit up against the wall when it came to recruiting because of the transition between Nick Saban and Coach DeBoer, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like they've gotten a much better. Well, they've done a lot better than anyone could have thought. They got to finish the class strong, but they've done a great job. All right, let's talk about where we're at right now, Pearl River Resort. We talk about Pearl River every day, about it every day, but they're celebrating 30 years, and we're hanging out at Dancing Rabbit right now. Dancing Rabbit's we call it the Augusta that you can play, and if you go to the sports book and you put $50 down, you can play this amazing golf course for $40. But we're right now sitting at the Clubhouse, the second deck. You can actually stay there, which I think would be a great idea for us.
I think it would be. It would be a nice. But yeah, just looking out onto the 1st and the 18th, and man, we talk about it's the Augusta you could play. This place is nice, quiet, peaceful. Man, this is a great place to play some golf. When
you hit that amazing, almost hole-in-one on 17, did you feel like dancing at that part?
I did.
Like a rabbit?
I did. And But I love everything about Pearl River. You know, the golf course and, of course, the casino, the sports book. You know how I like to play.
Yeah. What's cool about here is not only is it peaceful and tranquil, and you can look around, and I'm even going to throw this up on here so you guys can take a look at it for yourself, you know, while we're sitting here hanging out. But the clubhouse has a restaurant downstairs. It has a really cool team store with a lot of gear in there. You can get a cold beverage after you hit 18 holes as hard as you did today.
Cold water, any
yeah.
type of beverage you probably want. You can also sit out here and smoke your cigar.
Yeah, I'm a big cigar guy.
You are a huge cigar fan.
Yeah, I would love to sit. I'd love to be puffing on one of those right now.
Yeah, it'd be right up our alley.
And I'm not ashamed to say you beat me today in golf.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right, man.
Yeah,
it's all right. You know, maybe next time.
What people don't realize is that they're going to underestimate your ability to drive.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've played many courses, and this is the best.
So is that kind of part of the element of surprise that you have is kind of just like when you get out there and drive?
Look, don't let it fool you, man. You know, they call me Big Sexy, but let me tell you something. I look like Charles Barkley when I'm out there playing. I mean, I do great.
Like John Daly.
Yeah, I look like John. Yeah, that's who I patterned my game after.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you rent one of the suites here, comes with a golf cart. Yeah, it's got lights, so you can actually swing over to Silver Star, go in there, hit the table games and slots,
perfect
sports book, you know, and then just drive back over here. I'm in for that too.
Perfect.
Well, we're going to be here we're not going anywhere, guys.
That's right.
But what we are going to do is we're going to take a break, and we want to thank everyone, including our man Rhino here, for taking care of us at Pearl River during our visit. After this quick timeout, and I'm going to play this ad where you can actually see exactly what we're doing. We didn't talk about the water park, which great time of year on a hot day, spa, all the stuff that you can do here. And then when we come back, it'll be your time to take over the show.
Right,
Are you ready?
Are you
ready? All right. From the veranda.
To Pearl River Resort. They call him Big Sexy, coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy, throwing out those Alabama thoughts, sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. Nick gives you the XPs, but Big Elmore is here to please. Big Sexy Elmore on the Bama Tailgate Show.
Yes, welcome back in the beautiful Pearl River Resort, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. And it's time for the calendar today, this 6th day of July, 2024. Guess whose birthday it is today, Mick? We got some good ones on the birthday list.
I don't know.
George W. Bush is 78 today.
Okay, so that's George Jr. Okay, so that's a different guy than the senior, right?
Yeah, no,
but they weren't junior and senior. They were just George Bush. One was George H. Bush, and one was George W. Bush.
Right.
Okay.
One was George.
How old is he now? Did you say 86?
W 78.
Oh, 78. Okay, got it backwards. Okay.
Yeah, W 78. Kevin Hart is 45 today.
Yeah,
funny guy.
I just can't get over what Cat Williams said about him. I mean, Cat just lit him up on Shannon Sharp's show, and now Shannon's saying I can't get anybody to come on my show because of Cat. Cat ought to do his own talk show. Way more interesting than Shannon Sharp.
We may need to look in that, you know. Sylvester Stallone today is 78.
Who would have thought that Sylvester Stallone is older than George W. Bush, by 2 years?
Oh, did I say he was 76? Yeah, I guess I did.
So, but he's Rocky. and he's also Rambo.
And he still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Looks good for his age.
I follow him on social media. Like,
yeah.
Yo, Adrian.
Adrian.
It's not how many times you get knocked down. It's how many times you get knocked down and you get back up.
But there you go, Stallone. You know who Burt Ward was or is?
Is that the guy in Birmingham that has the cookies?
No, that was
Bert's Cookies.
Yeah, is it Bert's or is it? Yeah, one of the. No, Burt Ward was Robin in the original Batman.
Oh wow, okay.
79 today.
Really?
Yeah, I'm talking about the '60s TV show.
Yeah, I'm going. Well, how is he like a year older than, just a year older than Rocky?
Well,
I figured that guy would have been like 89 or something.
No. The Dalai Lama is 89 today.
And look, we're on the golf course, and I want to tell you that the scene in Caddyshack where he's talking about the Dalai Lama.
There you go.
Bill Murray, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, there you go. We're here. We're right there on it. Yeah, it feels like
so I got that going for me.
It feels like Caddyshack. As soon as I arrived here, I was like, man, I look kind of out of place here today. Today is, let's see, if you're looking for something to celebrate, National Cherry Pit Spitting Day. I mean, this is I'm telling you, this is a dead day for stuff. Well, International Kissing Day.
Well, look, going back to the cherry spitting, you know, they nerfed the hot dog eating contest with all of these people that were never good enough to win, but they just got rid of the two best. So we're going to have to find out who the best hot dog eater is when Kobayashi goes head to head with Joey Chestnut later on Netflix.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a Netflix special.
Competitive eating's never been in a worse place.
No, it's in a bad place. It needs a hero. And it's also National Fried Chicken Day.
I love fried chicken.
There you go.
I think fried chicken done the right way could be, is my favorite food. Now, a lot of people fried chicken, but they don't fry it the way I like it fried. I like a sugary, crispy crust on my fried chicken. It's very unhealthy because it's fried and it's sugary with the concoction that they put on there.
Yeah.
But you put that with a nice piece of cornbread that's sugary.
Cornbread, yeah.
And some cream peas.
Mick, you gonna eat your cornbread?
Probably. And then mashed potatoes. I mean, that's the best. That's the best combo right there.
I love that movie with Eddie Murphy. What was it? Life, I think it was. There's a prison back in the early 1900s or whatever. And this big old guy is like, "Hey, you gonna eat your cornbread?" He's like, "No, I ain't gonna eat my cornbread." "Yeah, I'm gonna eat my cornbread." This day in history, you're a baseball guy. 1933, baseball's first All-Star game was played at Chicago's Kaminsky Park.
Yeah, Kaminsky Park. What happened was the writer in Chicago wanted to see Babe Ruth against the National League.
Wow.
And so he decided to try to talk him into doing like this exhibition event. You take your greatest players, we'll take ours. And I think they had two of them, maybe in 34. And whoever's calling you, tell them to stop calling.
Yeah, I'm a popular guy.
But, you know, they took the two best teams, and that was like Babe Ruth, an older Babe Ruth, but it was the first time that Babe Ruth outside of the World Series got to play against the National League. That's how it started.
Also this day, 1998, cowboy actor Roy Rogers passed away at 86.
First job was at Roy Rogers' chicken restaurant, talking about fried chicken.
No kidding?
Yeah, it was terrible.
I could imagine.
It was awful. I was on one of the cooks. Everybody, it was hot in there, and people were angry. And
were you not doing the chicken right?
No, I don't think the roast beef sandwiches and chicken. I mean, you'd think it would be easy, but it was really hard.
What a combination.
Yeah. It was the worst job. So when you go through like the line at the fast food, be nice to the people back there.
Be kind to them.
I'm serious, because it's a terrible job.
It is, and it could be another little Mick right there, just just waiting to.
I promise you, man.
Just waiting to hit it big in the sportscasting world.
You think you're having a bad day?
Yeah.
You think you're upset because the line's long? Think about the person that's back in there working.
Yeah, sweating, and it's hot. But anyway, that's a look at this day in history.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us again. We appreciate everyone here at Dancing Rabbit. Check it out for yourself. and come and do this, because we're having a blast down here, and we knew we would. And you guys will as well. But you got the sports book, lots of stuff that you can wager on, swing over here and play golf. And the pictures that we have don't even give the place justice, because it really is a fantastic golf course, and so nice over here to just kind of hang out, do our thing. You do your thing. And that's a look at the 18th.
That's a look at the 18th.
You got to whisper when you talk with the golf.
That's like from my IBM 1983 laptop, one of the originals to ever come out.
I know. When you pulled that laptop out, I was shocked.
What's the matter? Don't scream money. That thing cost a lot of money.
Back in the day,
I can't help it. I can't help it. You broke yours and had to buy a new one.
I did. And then long story. But every time you see Coker on the other show, it's on my old laptop.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Roll Tide.